Dear student, hope you're doing well. This is Miguel Mr. Nasruddin, your teacher of English and communication skills. Many students ask me to help them write. Okay, so being a good writer depends on how much time you devote writing. Do you write every now and then, or you wait until the exam is approaching and you start writing and you find yourself, or you encounter a kind of brick wall? So let me clarify something important. I don't have magic wand to make out of you a good writer, but I'm going to help you, write. Good. So without much further ado, let's get started. So today we're going to see how to write a coherent paragraph. So coherent paragraph, I'd like you to bear in mind that there are certain things or a couple of things that you have to abide by when it comes to writing a paragraph. Okay, so the first one is indent. Then you have to indent your paragraph. What's indentation? So you take like two fingers and you leave some space in the first line, okay, and you start writing. So I'm talking about form or the layout of a paragraph. Then the second point is use a period after the end of each sentence. For example, let's suppose that this is first sentence, you finish sentence, then you are supposed to stop. It's as if you take a breath and you finish. You take a breath and you finish. Good. So this is it. The third point is use capital letter after period. You are supposed to use capital letter after period. So this is period. Then you are supposed to start new sentence. Then, for example, suppose that the second sentence starts with B. So B should be capitalized. Great. And fourth one, don't use point 4 because I noticed that many students, use point 4. What's point 4? We call them in English bullets, also bullets. So which means that you write your sentence or you separate your sentence. You write the lines or you separate the lines, okay, in your writings, and this is not something good. This is not good. It should be, your paragraph should look like this. So this is theory. Now let's go to practice. Okay, suppose that, in the exam, they asked you to write a paragraph about the positive impacts of cell phones on students. And by the way, I'm going to divide this lesson into two parts. Today, we're going to talk about only the positive impacts of cell phones on students, and maybe next video is going to be about the negative impacts on students. So let's get started. So the question again was, how did cell phone affect students positively? Right. So here you are supposed to turn this question into topic sentence. So topic sentence is first sentence in your paragraph. It gives a brief account or general idea what the whole paragraph is going to be about. Okay, so let's get started. Let's take this as sample or as an example. So cell phones have changed our life drastically as students. So please bear in mind here that we are not talking about, the positive impacts of cell phones in general. We are talking about, cell phones or the impacts of cell phones on students, right? As students, right? Cell phones have changed our life drastically as students. Okay, so here your writing should be consistent and to the point. It shouldn't be irrelevant or out of subject. Good. So cell phones have changed our life drastically as student. Then what are you doing here in this topic sentence? You are assuming. So suppose that someone says that this is not true, then you have to convince or persuade him. Then you are supposed to give argument. And that's what you call in English, okay, supporting arguments. So you're going to start to sequence your arguments. So you can say most of the time students use the word firstly, secondly, thirdly, and so on and so forth. I prefer these words because they are more academic. So what do you say in English? To start with. To start with means like number one. Okay. So since my phone has a calendar options, which means kind of diary, I use it to keep track of assignments, exercises, and upcoming tests. For example, the teacher says that next week you have tests, or tomorrow you're supposed to come to the classroom with an assignment. Then you are supposed to record this. Right? So this is first argument. Then I'm going to add another argument. So I'm going to use this word, this linking word, in addition. Okay. I use my phone to keep up difficult words I don't understand, which means you check or look up the new words that maybe you are coming across for the first time. So I look up difficult words I don't understand, right? So instead of having or having dictionary in my school bag, I can just upload a dictionary on my phone and use it whenever I come across new words, right? So then I'm going to add another idea or another supporting argument. So I'm going to use this academic word in same vein. It means in same context, besides. Okay, this is another very important linking word to use in your paragraph. Okay, I use my phone to take a picture of the notes. I didn't have time to write. Sometimes, your teachers, don't have the right, or you don't have the right to copy down your lessons. So what do? You just take picture of the lessons, or of the lessons, sorry. A picture of the notes. I didn't have time to write. Okay, so here I'm coming to the concluding sentence or to the end of my paragraph. Then I'm supposed to use another linking word to close my paragraph. Most of the time students use the word finally, but I prefer this word, which is more academic. So you say last but not least. It means finally, it means overall, and so to conclude, and so on and so forth. So last but not least, I think here I'd like you to notice that I'm using words to give my own opinion, and that's what you're supposed to do, by the way. So I think that cell phones are the best invention of the 21st century. So this is the concluding sentence. So this is one example of a coherent paragraph. So I think this is for today. If you like the video, so please, I'd like you to like, subscribe, and share it with your friend. This is it. See you next session. See you next video.